So you know things, you feel things a lot, and you're thinking, yeah, I'd like to be more psychic. I am psychic. You are. It's true that you are. And so we all are. We're all instinctive animals, basically, and we have a lot of ways of understanding the world and getting information. And a lot of that is through being able to understand energies, at least in an innate and subconscious way. So you're getting information all the time from people that you meet, from situations, and you're usually responding to that. But sometimes your mind gets in a way. It would be nice to know some stuff, wouldn't it? So you can develop your psychic abilities more. It's probably not really developing your psychic abilities, but more developing your ability to listen to them and notice them. So the first thing is there's a lot of things telling you that your psychic abilities aren't psychic abilities. There's so much going on all the time to dismiss anything that's psychic and to say that people are imagining things, that they're making them up. It couldn't have been, a ghost. It couldn't have been a spiritual experience. That's not scientifically justified by a lot of people. I'm not saying everyone, but in general, there's a lot of dismissing of anything that says that there's worlds beyond what we can prove in scientific laboratories. So if you actually do want to develop your psychic abilities, you're going to need to really drop all that thinking and not let it get to you. So the first thing, the really first thing, oh, that's your imagination. Oh, that's your imagination. Oh, that's your imagination. How are you going to believe anything? It's your imagination. So therefore, you're dismissing it yourself before it even gets a chance to explain anything to you. If you have something come up, it will look like imagination. Imagination's really subtle. It speaks to you in really subtle ways. It's like, it's like a dream or like a fantasy. Your thoughts are really subtle. They're not as strong as words and touch. Your thoughts are really subtle. Well, messages from spirit or psychic messages, they're even subtler. They're very, very soft. Usually, unless you're in trouble, sometimes they can be really strong because the need is there to get a message to you fast. Have you ever had a message like that? Lots of you have. You suddenly get out of there, or don't go up there, or for some reason you rushed out and at that moment there was a fire. It does happen to lots of people. Mothers know when their baby's about to wake. Oh, my baby's about to awake. How do you know? Sure, there's a rhythm, but there's something else too. You're very connected with your babies because they need you so much. They're an extension of yourself. They used to live inside you. Yeah, you're connected to them. So the first thing you have to do is that when you if you want to summon if you want to summon information, it's very simple. You ask a question. Simple. And keep it really simple. So one question at a time. The answers can be really easy. What did that mean? What did that mean? You need to just keep it really, really simple. Should I go to the party tonight? Yeah. And of course, the answer is not black and white. If you went to the party, you'd have certain experiences. If you don't go to the party, you'll have other experiences. But if you want to just ask a simple question and then feel what comes into your mind. You can use something else if you want to. You could practice with a tarot deck or something like that. But what I'm saying is when something comes into your mind, the slightest thing, so that's your answer, starting, forming. It doesn't come in all formed unless you're pretty good and have learnt how to let it all come in. It needs to get a little bit of momentum. And what happens is most people go, oh, that's my imagination. And you're dismissing it and it can't form. So my message to you is if you want to receive psychic information, your first place is to trust it. You have to trust what's coming through. You have to believe it. You simply have to believe it and trust it first. All right, and then it becomes stronger, it becomes clearer. When you get that information, trust it, it starts to get really strong. And of course, oh my God, there's so many people that can dismiss this process. If you want to listen to other people, go for it. The ones who are flying are not listening to other people. So, if you want to develop your psychic abilities, you need to trust them. You need to believe in them beyond doubt. And then they will get stronger and stronger. Now, you have to have a certain amount of integrity. If something doesn't ring true for you, then you don't follow it. It's got to ring true with your intuition. You've got to find a balance with all of this. But psychic abilities give you more and more information about the world than you can possibly imagine. And as you get good at it, and I can tell you some few things about how to do that, it really guides your life in such a profound way and makes your life easier and funner and more full of love and light, I think. Anyway, I'll tell you how to do it in more videos.